is a little bit music, ethnomusicological and music historical. Because of time, I will try to summarize my presentation. Davul is the name in Turkish for drum. We say davul, meaning the drum. And there is, of course, there is in every corner of the world different percussion instruments. This is not specific for Turkish music, but I will speak today details about the functions of drum in Turkish culture, how we use the, or in the history, how has been used the drum in Turkish culture. The percussion instruments used in Turkish music are various. You see here some of the examples. This is the great double-headed drum, hanging drum, axilla drum, for example, a little double drum, tambourine or timbrel are some examples for Turkish percussion instruments. Davul is this instrument and typical for Turkish folk music and other traditional music genres in Turkey. In the tradition, it is common that the davul is played with other instruments, named in Turkish zurna, also a clarion, and this is very, very typical for Turkish traditional folk music. Davul as a drum has also a forceful and strong sound, therefore it is suitable for more open-air performances. Davul is for Turkish people not an instrument, it is a permanent object in Turkish culture, and especially in history. Some of the traditions are lost today, and some of them survive in the present days. What I will speak about the functions of the drum is more in the history. Okay, as if you are a little bit historical. Now about the functions of drum as a musical object in Turkish culture. First, functions in music. The drum is used in Turkish music for concretize, often metric structure. What is this meaning? Also, the rhythmic patterns of Turkish music is realized continuous to the melody. This is a typical features of the traditional music genres in Turkey. These patterns are in the theory fixed. I have here some examples for this rhythmical pattern, and there is some possibility for improvisation for the sub beats. This is a musical features, and of course in dance. In Turkey, drum is used more in dance, in folk dances, and drum is the primary dance instrument oral in Turkey. The Turkish traditional dances has a little rhythmic patterns, and therefore is used often in the dance process. Other important point is regarding the drum. There is in Turkey, there are special dances for the drum. Some of them we cannot see today, but sometimes we can, for example, in Finland, we can find some examples. And these people is dancing drummers. I have here an example. Sorry for that. This is a famous dancing drummer, Karayılan. Yeah, it was famous in European too. He was so very famous. He played and danced in the same time. You know, the Bela Bartok, Hungarian compositor and musicologist, coming to Turkey in the 1930s and made field studies and observed these features, these dancing drummers, and he defined this practice in the perspective of a European, a little bit exotic, a little bit foreign or familiar. I have now a short example for dancing drummers, but I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I must try this about the, maybe here dances. I have a little example for you. These dancing drummers from the Black Sea region, Turkey. Because of time, I will now finish the example here. And we go back to the presentation. Oh, okay. No?
Second one.
Ah, this is it?
No. Here it is. Okay.
Okay. And in the state, first of all, in the history of Turks, the drum was a governmental instrument. It was a symbol, one of the main symbols of the existence, independence, and sovereignty of the state, together with flag and horse style. And it is for me interesting for me too, because I study for these workshops, and I found some details about this practice. And it was also a surprise for me that the drum was a governmental instrument. In the history, the drum played daily 5 times in the front of the residence of Sultan for the symbol, as a symbol, and this means the sovereignty of the city continues. That has this meaning. And also was drum a symbol of the high status and authority. Of the people in the government, sultans, padishah, or wife of sultans, vizier or commander, was the ownership of drums according to their governmental position. For example, sultan had 12 drums, or vizier had 9 drums, and I have here a picture. For example, this is here 9 drums. This is typical for vizier. This is a symbol of the authority in the government in the old times. And of course, the drum is used in several ceremonies, in weddings, circumcisions, farewell of soldiers from family on their welcome back opening ceremonies. And this is also in the present days, not in the history. And in the traditional competitions such as javelin or wrestling. Drum has the function not only for music making, some meanings through rhythmical pattern. Also, the drum manage the ceremonies and rituals with their rhythm. This is the function of drum in ceremonies. In daily life, also in the history, drum was used not for musical, more for non-musical purposes. For example, for communication, announcing of different news, especially, for example, announcement from government or announcement of fire, etc. And used also instead of clock in the history. And also in the work for support and motivation of the workers, and used to repel harmful or feared animals, and also in present day is used the drum in Ramadan to wake people up in the night, and also in entertainment is used. Because of time, I will go now the next. The next point, religion. The drum was also used in religious context, especially in the time of Turks in Central Asian period, in the shamanic belief system. The drum was the most important object of the shaman's equipment. And shamans used the drum in their rituals often and as main object. After accepting of Islam, the Turks use the drum in the Sufi ceremonies, but there is a different. The drum is double drum is used in Sufi ceremonies not for non-musical purposes, for musical purposes as accompanying to other instruments. Now is the more in the main intention. I found some example for the hilt. The Turks also used the drum for the treatment of diseases in the history, and I was found an example from Turkey from the beginning of the 20th century. And these practices called in Turkish in some sources as drum plaster. Of course, there is not drum plaster. This is a metaphorical name, but I think so. It means mainly drum has been used for the psychological illness, for the threat of psychological illness. The last point about the functions of drum in military context. There was in the history a specific troop for military music, Mehterband or the Janissary band, and drum has a wide range of usage. First, for training of soldiers, and second, drum has been used for signal for specific maneuver in the war. For example, the drum of line mean that the soldiers get to line before the battle, for example. And the drum of battle mean this rhythm indicates that beginning moment of the battle. Public order mean in the long wars, for example, for many days, this drum or these rhythmic patterns is pointing out that the daily battle is finished and the soldiers should have a rest. And the drum for good news, it means if there's played when, for example, a castle was conquered or the battle is won. I have now some examples for these specific maneuver signals. It's a little bit, I don't know why there's not function. I have here some videos.
I've got the same problem.
Yes, okay, I go back now.
Maybe
We find here.
yeah.